Well, good morning and welcome to another episode. Today I'm getting out for a 2-nighter to Mt Langhi Ghiran, which is just west of where I live in Ararat, Miners Rest. It's if you've seen my episodes before, you've heard me talk about the Pregnant Lady Mountain. Well, I'm going to camp on that at the base, and I'm going to try and get to the top of Mt Langhi Ghiran. So this morning I've been out to Beaufort, which is where I'm sitting now. I've just had a nice cuppa, having a nice cuppa, and I played golf at Beaufort this morning. Started off pretty bad, but ended up, not bad, pretty good game. So anyway, I've got to go do a little bit of shopping here in Beaufort, and then I'll head out to Langhi Ghiran and get set up. Camp set up now, and I've picked a nice spot there. It's got a fire pit there and a couple of pieces of firewood I can get going later on. So it's got it to myself. Love that. There's two areas. I'm in the camping area, and then there's the day use area over there, which is a bit annoying. They have some really good brick fireplaces over there, stone fireplaces, which is probably better than the one I've got, but anyway, what to do with what you got. So this is the Langhi Ghiran State Park campground. It's in the bottom of the valley. Up here, that's Langhi Ghiran. That's where I'm going to try and get to tomorrow morning. And you've got to go up to the reservoir, which is up there and around. Well, I'm probably going to cut through in that valley there and then try and pick up the track that takes me to the top, because it's about a 7k one-way trip. Bit too much for me. So anyway, I'm going to see if I can drive up to the reservoir now. It says it's 4-wheel drive, but we'll have a look at it. And there is a walking track up there as well, which I think must head out over this way past the day use area. Oh, that's right, forgot to say there's 2 toilets over here as well, so that makes going to that a lot easier than my camp one. Okay, this is the track that leads up to the dam that's on Mt Langhi Ghiran, and it says 4-wheel drive's recommended beyond this point. So let's see how far we can get up here in my little Hyundai. There's been a couple little scrapes, but nothing major. And it's not steep. Well, it is, but it's not overly steep. I just got to watch where I put my tyres, because the ground clearance. But so far we seem to be going all right. See how far we can get up here. So I know the track says it's recommended for 4-wheel drives, but honestly, my little Hyundai, a couple of little scrapes, but nothing major. It's easily doable in a 2-wheel drive car, no problem at all. Well, this is the Langhi Ghiran Reservoir. I'd say it's a very old one. I'll have to find out the information on that one, because it's got a blue stone wall. I have been here before many years ago when I first did mountain biking, and I know that when I was here with the bloke I was here with, he had his son and 2 son and his friend, they actually rode their mountain bike across that reservoir. I couldn't do it because it was just a bit rocky, and I thought if I go over the left side, it's a long way to fall. But you can't ride across it now because by the look of it, they've taken a section out of the middle there to reduce its capacity for whatever reason. So well, back at camp now, and it is getting quite chilly. Gonna have to break out the jacket, and time to get the fire started. And there we go, nice fire was lit. Funny thing is, it was quite cool before, and it'll get cool again when the sun comes out. You nearly got to take your jumper off. It is yeah, quite hot, but yeah, once it goes beyond the clouds, it cools down very quickly. So I'm not regretting getting the fire going. So I've come over to the information board on the Langhi Ghiran State Park in the Day Visit Centre, and that's the map. I found out that the reservoir was constructed in 1880 to supply water for Ararat, but the interesting part is if I go from here to the summit, it's 12.6 k's, but if I take off the bit that I drove today, which I can do, to the reservoir, it'll be about a 10k walk. So I'm gonna attempt it tomorrow morning. Maybe if I take my time I can do it. 10k's pushing it. I don't really like those kind of walks in that length, but I'd really like to do it. So anyway, we'll see how we go from there. So there it is, the reservoir walk is 2.6 kilometres return, 45 minutes, and the Mt Langhi Ghiran walk is 12.3 k's. So if we take 2.6 of it, we get about 9.7, 3 hours return from here. I'm in bed now and I'm about to put a movie on. Been a nice relaxing afternoon. Did another drone flight. Nice sun coming on to Mt Langhi Ghiran, and really pretty. So anyway, I'm gonna go watch this movie, or at least an hour of it anyway, and I'll catch you in the morning. Well, it's the middle of the night, and I've only had maybe 1 or 2 hours sleep. You might be able to hear it, it's blowing a gale out there, and I didn't have it tied down properly in the awning, and I thought it'd be alright, but I thought, I'll go to the toilet, I better check. Luckily I did, because this post out here was not on the ground anymore, because I hadn't nailed down the leg. So I quickly got out and nailed down the legs and put a couple more guy ropes down, so should be secure now. So anyway, I'll go back and see if I can get some more sleep, but pretty noisy. Well, it's morning now, and I must say I've had a bit of a rough night there. I had to get out of bed twice to put the awning back up again. But anyway, I got through the night, and the wind died down later on, and it's calm as now, so I should be able to get my hike done up to the top of Mt Langhi Ghiran. Hopefully I can make it. Got me brew happening, got me breakfast cooking. So we'll have that, and we'll get into it before it gets too hot. Well, I'm back at the reservoir, so hopefully I've taken 2.6 kilometres off my trip. And water race track, I'm pretty sure that's where I've got to head up. Well, this must be the water race that the track is looking at, going to. So it goes up that way, I don't know how far, but that'll be what and how the Langhi Ghiran Reservoir gets filled. Okay, well, I'm heading up now, still on the water race. It's a lot smaller now, but you think back to the time when they did this, back in the 1880s or whatever time. Amazing piece of engineering, or even the work to get these bluestone blocks, hand cut the trench in and then lay them in. No machinery back then really, maybe a horse, but even still, unbelievable. Well, I got to the top, and I'll have a look at it in a minute, but there's a pipe coming across the top of the mountain, and there's water flowing out of it, but I'm really unsure. I think that's Mount Cole, that's definitely Mount Cole State Forest out that way, but I'm not positive of what direction I'm looking. But there was a small lookout up here, so I thought I'd come and have a look. Yeah, so here's the pipe coming out, and it flows into this steel structure. You can see the water leaking out of it there. There's a hole in it. Flows down through those structures and then disappears underground. I don't know, maybe there's definitely a pipe going down there. I wonder whether that's the one that comes out of the bottom of the dam. Anyway, I have to head that way. Okay, well, I've done the circuit, as they say, or part of the circuit. water race circuit, and that's the Eastern Creek track heading up that way, which is where I've got to go. The good thing about when I come down is if I head, which is a water race circuit, down that track, instead of going back around and down the water race, I'm going to cut probably a K off the trip. So this is looking very doable now. This track is definitely different than the other ones I've done before. So I'm pretty much walking along a management vehicle track at the moment. And I'm probably about a third of the way up it until I think I've got to turn to the right and head to the top of Langhi Ghiran. So it's not steep, so I just keep plodding along. Well, I'm still walking up the track and I come across this riveted steel box. It's got some kind of round hole on it with, yeah, it looks like thread on it. I have no idea what it could be. It's on the track, so I know how it got here, but yeah, interesting. Oh, still going. This one here's a steep one. Pretty overgrown. Gonna be a really good fall drive to get up that one. Probably the video is not doing justice of how steep it is. And right at the top, it gets very steep with a log on it and a big steep rock bank. Well, according to the map, this here is where I go to the top, but there's no definite trail. So it's time to bush bash. Well, I'm hoping that's the top up there somewhere, but to get there I've got to make my way up through that. So, okay, well, I'm heading up through this gully. As you can see, I've abandoned the poles. They're not working anymore, just getting tangled now. So, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Actually, quite good. And no, it's not the top. I'm hoping that's the top up there. According to all trails, got about 150 metres to go, and that would be about 150 metres. So, we shall see what happens. Oh dear. That's the wrong way. I've only got a bit to go to get to the top, but proving quite difficult. That was tough. That felt my shoulders. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Man, if I had to do that bush bash all the way, getting up here and not via that track, I would have been screwed. Whew, I think I'm nearly there. Boy, that's one long 150 to 200 metres. Every time I come around the corner, there's another peak. Don't think I want to go too close to the edge there. Might end in disaster. Whew. to the top. Oh, I've made it to the top. So we've got the Grampians in the background there, Mount William in the middle again, and down here, that's the rural town of, rural city of Ararat. Then we go down to the Western District down there, Warborough Wind Farm, lots of canola crops out there. And then across over here, we have the Mount Cole State Forest, and in there somewhere is Mount Langhi Ghiran. I wouldn't want to do that one day too. Over in that part over there, there's a really good rock climbing slab called Ben Nevis. I've climbed right up at about a 4 pitcher, really nice. Then we're looking north and out again to the Wimmera Plains. Well, I don't know whether you can see it, but it's a wedge-tail eagle just hovering above me, getting the wind coming up off the mountain. Beautiful. Okay, well, I'm on my way down now. Had about half an hour up there. It's wind's picking up again now, so glad I got the drone flight done. According to Strava, I've done 5.41 kilometres. So it's going to be about 11 kilometre walk. So interesting to see how I pull up after this. I feel pretty good at the moment. If that's the case, then I should be able to do the Mount Difficult walk. So, well, one thing's for certain, I'm not going back the same way I came up. Don't know where I went wrong, but anyway, I'm still heading down. Pretty steep here, so I've got to watch my footing. I've made it back to the four-wheel drive track, or the Eastern Creek track I think it's called. So now all I've got to do is walk down this, no more bush bashing, get to that part where I came on from the other track, and I should be able to go straight down the four-wheel drive track back to the reservoir and to the car. Quite a big tree crashed across the track here. Going to take a fair bit of work if they want to clear this trail. And it's typical of the trees here, they get wet in the roots. And yeah, they fall over. And here we come out to the reservoir again. There she be down there, and my car. I'd like to say it's been a relaxing afternoon. It has to a degree, but this camera here, the GoPro, froze up, and that took quite a bit of getting going again. I actually had to drive up the road to get some internet service so I could find a YouTube video on how to get it unlocked. It wasn't just a normal process of getting unlocked. But anyway, I've managed to get the rest of my movie downloaded, so I got that to watch tonight. And I'm just recovering after the walk. I feel a bit stiff and sore. Yeah, a little bit. Not too bad. Pretty good though. So I was chopping up, picking up a bit of wood, and this little fella came out. Look at a little gecko lizard. Absolutely beautiful. Well, it's a final morning, and I had a really good sleep last night. Yeah, pretty tired after 9.5 k's, but came out of it pretty good today, so that's really good sign that I can do some longer walks now. Certainly getting Mount Difficult done, that'll be great. I'll get back up there someday. Just have to see how it goes because it's starting to head into summer now, so won't be doing it if it's too hot. But anyway, I've got myself my cuppa, and I'm going to cook up some crumpets for breakfast, and then I'll slowly pack up and head home. As you can see from my video this morning, Mt Langhi Ghiran's in cloud, so luckily I did my walk yesterday. And there we go, campsite all packed up, heading back home after a lovely couple of nights here and a very successful day yesterday. So anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoy them. If you do like these kind of videos, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.